SARS-CoV-2 versus immune. Immune response to a viral infection. Infection can be stopped at this stage. They are phase 1 and phase 2. In phase 1 it is innate immune response and phase 2 it is adaptive immune response. In innate immune response they are general response to any infection. Innate immune response cell secretes interferons and other chemicals, that is cytokines. Interferons interfere with virus replication and phase 2 is triggered. In adaptive immune response they are specific response to the infection. It starts after 6 to 8 days. It involves two types of white blood cells. They are T cells, that is cellular response, and B cells, it is antibody response. Immune response in an immunized person. When antibody immune cells, that is B cells and T cells, encounter the same virus again, they respond rapidly and the immune system can effectively clear an infection before it causes disease. Vaccines use this immune memory to protect us from infection. Immune memory can result from a prior infection or from an effective vaccine. The adaptive response, that is T cells. This cellular response starts within 6 to 8 days. It recognizes cells that are infected with a specific virus and rapidly increase in number to tackle the infection. T cytotoxic cells, that is CD8+. It kills the cells in which the virus is multiplying and help to slow down or stop the infection. T helper cells, that is CD4+. It brings in other cells of the immune system and stimulate B cells to produce antibodies specific to that virus. CD8+ T cell destruction of virus infected cells. When a CD8+ T cell recognizes its antigen and becomes activated, it has three major mechanisms to kill infected or malignant cells. The first is secretion of cytokines, primarily TNF alpha and IFN gamma, which have anti-tumor and antiviral microbial effects. The second major function is the production and release of cytotoxic granules. CD8+ T cells are able to release their granules, kill an infected cell, then move to a new target and kill again, often referred to as serial killing. The third major function of CD8+ T cell destruction of infected cells is via FOS or FOS-L interactions. Activated CD8+ T cells express FOS-L on the cell surface, which binds to its receptor, FOS, on the surface of the target cell. This binding causes the FOS molecules on the surface of the target cell to trimerize, which pulls together signaling molecules. These signaling molecules result in the activation of the caspase cascade, which also result in apoptosis of the target cell. The adaptive response, that is B cells, antibody response. It produces antibodies that are specific to that virus. IgM antibodies are produced first and disappear after a few weeks. IgG antibodies are produced at the same time or 2 to 3 days later, and titers, that is levels, usually remain for months or years. Next, memory cells. Once the infection is over, the T cells and B cells decline in number, but some cells will remain, that is memory cells. Memory cells respond rapidly if they come in contact with the same virus again, killing the virus and accelerating an antibody response. Components of the SARS-CoV-2 virus. Neutralizing antibodies bind to viral proteins. SARS-CoV-2 encoded with 29 different proteins, which are categorized as 4 structural proteins, 16 non-structural proteins, 9 accessory proteins. Among these 4 structural proteins are spike protein, envelope protein, membrane protein, nucleocapsid protein plays a remarkable role. Especially spike protein has an inevitable role to promote host and virus attachment during infection. What do we know about the immune response to COVID-19? Most COVID-19 patients who recovered have antibodies to the SARS-CoV-2 virus detectable in their blood. Most COVID-19 patients develop antibodies about 1 to 3 weeks after symptoms start. This is around the time when many patients start to recover. Patients who have had more severe disease appear to have higher levels of important neutralizing antibodies. Patients who had mild or asymptomatic COVID-19 have low levels of neutralizing antibodies or even undetectable levels. In these persons, it is possible the innate immune response and the T cell response clear the virus. Recent studies have shown that neutralizing antibodies may disappear after 3 months. Immunity through vaccination. Vaccines safely deliver an immunogen to the immune system to train it to recognize the pathogen when it is encountered naturally. The nature of the immunogen and route of administration affects the type of immune response induced, the safety, the protection, and the duration of protection. An immune response is induced by vaccines. Vaccines safely deliver an immunogen, that is antigen, able to elicit an immune response to the immune system in order to train it to recognize the pathogen when it is encountered naturally by activating CD4 plus helper T cells that in turn stimulate B cells to produce neutralizing antibodies specific to the virus. CD8 plus cytotoxic T cells to recognize and kill cells infected by the virus. A common mechanism of a vaccine is when a person gets vaccinated, it activates adaptive immune response where B and T cells are produced. B cells produce antibodies against infection for early protection, whereas the T cells invade and kill the infected cells to prevent virus replication. Immunogen used in COVID-19 vaccines. An immunogen is a specific type of antigen that is able to elicit an immune response. The choice of immunogen for vaccine impacts what type of immune response is induced, as well as safety, development time, production time, cost, and access to vaccines. Immunogens used in current COVID-19 vaccines are COVID-19 vaccines in development. They are inactivated virus, viral subunit, viral vector, RNA vaccines. Advantages and disadvantages of immunogens used in vaccines. Immunogens are inactivated virus, viral subunit, viral vector, nucleic acid. In inactivated virus, it means inactivated dead virus. The advantages are induces strong antibody response. The disadvantages are requires large quantity of virus, low or no cellular response. Example are influenza, rabies, hepatitis A. Viral subunit. It means protein derived from a pathogen. The advantages are may have fewer side effects than whole virus. Redness, swelling at injection site. The disadvantages are may be poorly immunogenic complex process. Example are influenza. Viral vector. It means viral pathogen expressed on a safe virus that doesn't cause disease. Advantages are rapid development, strong cellular response, relatively easy to produce. Disadvantages are prior exposure to vector virus. Example adenovirus. May reduce immunogenicity. Some vectors require boosting with a different vector. Example Ebola. Nucleic acid. It means mRNA coding for a viral protein. The advantages are strong cellular immunity, rapid development. The disadvantages are relatively low antibody response. Example are COVID-19. Inactivated virus vaccines. In inactivated virus vaccines, the genetic material of the virus has been destroyed to stop disease producing capacity. Inactivated virus cannot replicate inside the body, so higher doses are needed. Sometimes an adjuvant, that is molecules that stimulate the immune system, is used to help strengthen the immune response. Inactivated virus vaccines generally only induce antibody-mediated immunity, that is not cell-mediated immunity. Viral subunit vaccines. Subunit vaccines use the antigen of the virus without any genetic material, usually with an adjuvant to give a better immune response. Usually made using recombinant expression system, that is made in a cell without using the virus. With the help of antigen presenting cells, the antigens are recognized by T helper cells as with a real viral infection. Subunit vaccines generally induce mainly antibody mediated immunity. Adjuvants can enhance antibody response and also cell-mediated immunity. Viral vector vaccines. Viral vector vaccines use a non-coronavirus vector modified to induce a gene that encodes a target antigen. Examples: adenovirus, measles virus, vesicular stomatitis virus. Can be replicating or non-replicating. Non-replicating means it infects a cell and produces SARS-CoV-2 antigen in that cell but not new virus. Replicating, it means upon infection produces SARS-CoV-2 antigen in that cell and a new virus which infects other cells. The SARS-CoV-2 antigen inside cells seen by body as if SARS-CoV-2 infection and induces T helper cells and cytotoxic T cells. RNA vaccines. RNA vaccines are antigen coding strands of messenger RNA, that is mRNA, delivered inside a lipid coat. Once inside cells, the mRNA is translated the protein antigen. The antigen is recognized, inducing an immune reaction. Seen by body as if virus inside cell, so induces T helper and cytotoxic T cells and antibodies. mRNA also recognized by cells as pathogen, stimulating strong immune response. Most COVID-19 vaccines are designed for a 2-dose schedule. 2-dose vaccination, that is prime boost, works by mimicking natural immunity. The first dose primes immunological memory and the second dose solidifies it. After a first vaccine dose, the immune system needs time to generate a response and to create memory cells that will recognize the pathogen if it is encountered again. A larger time interval between the first and second dose may induce a stronger immune response compared to a short interval. Larger time interval between doses improves vaccine efficacy. Preliminary data from AstraZeneca's COVID-19 vaccine trials show that a 12-week prime boost interval may result in improved vaccine efficacy. Global COVID-19 vaccine allocation. The allocation of COVID-19 vaccine is guided by public health objectives. For the initial phase, these objectives are reduce mortality, protect health system. To maximize the public health impact of a limited supply of COVID-19 vaccines, the global vaccines allocation mechanism targets high-risk groups, that is people over the age of 65, people with cardiovascular disease, cancer, diabetes, chronic respiratory disease or obese, to reduce severe disease and mortality. Health workers to protect the health system. These groups correspond to 20% of the global population. Therefore, the first phase of COVID-19 vaccines allocation will be up to 20% of a country's population. Solutions. In order to reduce the severe cases among those populations, to relieve congestion in healthcare settings, to leave easy access for the entire population in need of healthcare that is not related to COVID-19, to reduce mortality. The solution is vaccination is one of the powerful tools in our hand, and we need to use the other tool as well, such as public health and social measures, in order to reduce the number of COVID-19 cases in India. COVID-19 protective measures: protect yourself and others. The first thing is keep your distance, wash your hands frequently, cough and sneeze into your elbow, ventilate or open windows, and wear mask. Thank you. Stay home, stay healthy.